Travis Barker might have just crossed the line with Kourtney Kardashian. Sources say the couple's kids have been begging them to tone down the public affection.
Not kissing friends again. No kissing.
Just one.
No.
Sorry.
But Travis just dropped a photo of him sucking on her toes. The post went live, and fans are still trying to unsee what they saw. And that is not even the wildest part of this story. Because while the world melts down over their non-stop public displays of affection, a much darker rumor is going viral all over again. A rumor that Reign Disick is not actually Scott Disick's biological son. A rumor that points to one very famous pop star as the possible real father.
Does Justin Bieber help with the kids at all, or?
No. Only
That's the rumor. I know y'all are just friends, right? Or are you really dating him?
we're friends.
You're friends?
Yes.
Why are you smiling that way?
Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why this theory refuses to die. You will also find out why Scott Disick is starting to look completely unrecognizable.
An insider has told Daily Mail that Scott Disick is seeking help for his Ozempic use after his gaunt appearance and public outcry. A few months back, I had even posted a video saying that I did not recognize Scott because he looked much different. And several people were concerned after he stepped out in February and these photos were taken. An insider now tells Daily Mail Scott recognized that he needed to stop taking Ozempic after seeing the photos of himself and the public outcry over his weight loss. He thought he looked good because he was thinner again, not realizing that this was not healthy. He's now working with a nutritionist to get back on track and not balloon up to the size he was.
And why many fans believe his weight loss has absolutely nothing to do with vanity. They are convinced it has everything to do with heartbreak. So let us start with the photo that ignited the latest meltdown. Travis Barker uploaded a picture of himself kissing Kourtney's toes. The comment section erupted within minutes. One fan wrote that they could have lived a happy life never seeing that last image. Another said the photos were sweet, but the toe-sucking crossed a line no couple should ever cross online. Someone else begged Travis to explain what made that particular frame necessary. And another user joked that Kourtney clung to his hand during their marathon run because she was terrified Kim would snatch him away. Brutal.
Right now, Travis Barker rocking it with Kourtney side by side, start to finish. Warming my heart right there.
But here is where it actually gets interesting. People are no longer shocked by Kourtney and Travis, they are exhausted, because every post now feels less like love and more like a performance. The constant kissing, the staged red carpet moments, the overly dramatic romance montages, it all has the energy of a campaign designed to convince the internet, the critics, and maybe even themselves that everything behind closed doors is perfect. Many viewers are convinced that the couples who fight hardest to appear flawless online are usually the ones hiding the deepest cracks offline. Remember their marathon last fall? Travis gripped her hand like he was scared she would vanish mid-stride. Kourtney could barely keep rhythm with her own legs. She looked like she was forcing every movement just to stay beside him. One fan compared it to watching a couple share a single Facebook account and post every thought together. Another pointed out that holding hands while running is physically impossible and emotionally suffocating. Because think about it for a second. How do you move your body naturally when you cannot even swing your own arms? But the real problem is not the toe kisses. It is not the awkward marathon. It is the kids. Reign is around 11 years old now, and he has openly asked his mother more than once to stop the kissing in front of him. Let that sink in. An 11-year-old boy publicly pleading for his mom to calm down on camera. Penelope has reportedly said the exact same thing, multiple times. One fan wrote that it hurts to watch a child feel invisible while their parent performs for an audience. That comment went viral because a lot of people felt it in their chest. Critics say Kourtney is so wrapped up in her Travis era that she seems to forget her children are watching every single moment unfold. Some viewers even noticed that after one particular outing, Kourtney walked away without checking where Penelope was. That single second got the couple labeled embarrassing across social media. Fair or not, the internet rarely forgets. Now here is the part nobody wants to say out loud. These kids did not sign up for the spotlight. They were born into it. Mason, the oldest, has quietly pulled himself away from the cameras completely. Fans say he now spends most of his time with Scott. Away from the chaos, away from the drums, away from the staged kisses that keep making him visibly uncomfortable in every family frame. But now let us shift into the part of the story that changes everything, because for years a conspiracy theory has been living rent-free on the internet. A theory that refuses to die no matter how many times the family tries to bury it. The theory that Reign Disick is not actually Scott Disick's biological son. Fans believe he is secretly Justin Bieber's child. And the second you see the side-by-side photos, you start to understand exactly why this rumor will not go away. Reign and a young Justin Bieber look nearly identical. Same facial structure, same shaped eyes, same slight smirk every early Bieber fan remembers. Thousands of TikToks have been dedicated just to this comparison. Entire threads exist only to line up their baby pictures. One user wrote that Reign looks so much like Justin that it feels criminal. Another said Scott might want to reconsider the DNA test he has been avoiding for years. The comments just keep flooding in every time a new photo drops. The theory gets its fuel from one very messy detail. Kourtney and Justin were romantically linked back in 2015 and 2016.
Are you dating Justin Bieber? Any chance that maybe you guys can work things out? Kourtney, yeah. You guys are looking great. Slay, Kourtney, slay. Escalate.
Justin.
Rudy!
Sources at the time told major outlets that the two were casually hooking up more than once. One insider claimed Justin even thought it was cool that Kourtney was older and confident. Those are the exact words reported by the original publication. And the public has never forgotten that detail. So every time Reign is spotted in a new picture, the resemblance trends all over again. Even when Scott himself posts a sweet photo of his son, fans flood the replies saying the kid looks just like Justin. Some viewers have been asking the same uncomfortable question for years. Why does Reign look nothing like Scott? Why does he look exactly like Bieber? Now, before the theory spirals even further, Reign himself finally addressed it. During an Instagram live session, he heard someone ask if Justin was really his father.
Bro, I swear, Justin Bieber's not my dad. Scotty is my dad.
He did not hesitate. He said, no, Scotty is his dad. He added that he did not think his mom would ever do something like that.
How old my mom was, but I think Justin Bieber was 16 when I got born. Yeah, I don't think my mom would do that.
He even tried to do the math on the spot, guessing Justin was 16 when he was born. Justin was actually closer to 20, but his point still landed. And for a brief moment, the internet paused. But only for a moment. Because here is the twist. The timeline does get confusing fast. Reign was born in December of 2014. Kourtney and Scott did not officially split until the summer of 2015. The Bieber fling was reported after that split. So mathematically, the theory should fall apart. But logic rarely stops a good celebrity rumor, and this one has survived more than a decade. If you want more breakdowns like this on Fame Thunder, hit that subscribe button. We drop new videos every single week, and we cover the stories most creators are too scared to touch. Now let us move to the second half of this story. Because something is happening to Scott Disick, and fans are no longer joking about it. He looks different, very different. His face is noticeably thinner. His eyes look heavier. His cheekbones look sharp enough to cut glass. And the internet is genuinely worried. Scott recently promoted a platform connected to weight loss medication. He posted a caption saying that when it comes to his health, he prefers things done right. The reactions were immediate and brutal. One person wrote that doing health ads while looking visibly unwell is certainly a bold choice. Another said he looks ill and asked what has actually happened to him. A third comment went even deeper. They said his doctor is treating his body like an experiment and that Scott never needed to lose weight in the first place. Fans began comparing his new look to Jonathan Cheban. Others said he is starting to resemble an older version of Justin Bieber, which only threw more gasoline on the paternity theory fire. You genuinely cannot make this stuff up. Now remember that strange moment from the Kardashian show. Fans spotted weight loss medication sitting inside Scott's fridge during filming. It aired in the final cut.
The internet is going crazy over what they saw in Scott Disick's fridge. And no, I'm not talking about all the dairy-free milk. Yesterday, Hulu unleashed the season 5 premiere episode of The Kardashians, and in this, Scott Disick opens his fridge and there's Ozempic in it. Now, about a month ago, Scott Disick made headlines due to his drastically different appearance due to Ozempic use, and I feel like the Kardashians are kind of using this to get views. Now, I personally think at this point, the Kardashians are just getting super desperate for ratings. And if there's one thing the Kardashians know, it's that any publicity is good publicity, because it means they're still relevant. So I feel like this was definitely done on purpose to keep people talking about the show.
Viewers were stunned it was not edited out. Some believed it was a pure accident. Others believed the production team left it in on purpose to create viral chatter. Either way, the internet ran wild with it. Reports say Scott used Mounjaro to drop around 40 pounds. Later sources claimed he had also experimented with Ozempic. Insiders told the Daily Mail that he eventually stopped when the backlash got too loud to ignore. They said he thought he looked good because he was thinner than usual. They said he did not realize how unhealthy he was actually starting to appear.
They added, Scott has been incredibly attractive and fit his entire life and is not having the best time accepting that age is catching up with him. According to sources, Scott had turned to Ozempic after gaining weight after his 2022 car accident. There were photos of Scott that were taken end of March 2024, and he already does look somewhat healthier. The source did add that he is not ill and is not doing any drugs.
And this is where the story gets emotional, because fans are now connecting dots that Scott would probably never want connected. They say his drastic weight loss lines up suspiciously with Kourtney marrying Travis. They say it lines up with baby Rocky being born. They say it lines up with Kourtney's full public reinvention as a rock star wife. Some viewers are convinced that Scott has never truly moved on from losing her.
Do we want red wine or do you want sake?
Whatever my family wants.
I think a glass of red wine.
On my way back from Thanksgiving.
Do you not like that?
No, I do. I love that.
She found someone. I'm happy for her. She's got a man that loves her, and she deserves it because there were so many years that I didn't put her first. I'm so not even hungry.
They remember the way he used to look at Kourtney on the original show, the way he begged for second chances on camera, the way his voice would shift the moment her name came up in conversation. And now they watch him standing alone in gaunt photos and ask the uncomfortable question, is this man chasing a version of himself that he secretly believes she might still love? Multiple sources have repeatedly tied his weight struggles to deep emotional wounds. He lost both of his parents years ago. He survived a near-fatal car accident. He watched the mother of his 3 children build a brand new family on camera. Imagine watching the love of your life fall for a rock star drummer while your own body tries to keep pace with the pain. That is not a weight loss story. That is a heartbreak story dressed up as a health journey. Fans are not crazy for sensing it. They have watched Scott for nearly 2 decades. They know his patterns. They know his silences. They know exactly what it means when he disappears from social media and then suddenly returns with a brand new look. And every time Kourtney posts another dramatic photo with Travis, Scott seems to share something strange hours later. A cryptic story, a blurry mirror selfie, a random repost that says nothing, but somehow feels extremely heavy. Coincidence? Maybe. But the internet is not buying it. One viral comment summed it up better than anyone else. The user wrote that Scott looks like a man trying to outrun a memory. And once you read that, you cannot unread it. Meanwhile, Kourtney keeps posting, Travis keeps kissing, the kids keep quietly begging for any form of normal, and Scott keeps slowly disappearing in the background of every frame. It is one of the strangest family dynamics on the entire internet right now. 3 children raised inside the chaos of the most famous family on the planet. A father figure quietly fading from view, a stepfather turning every random moment into a full-blown spectacle. A mother who insists she has never been happier, and a viral rumor about Justin Bieber that absolutely refuses to let any of them move on. At some point, you start to wonder if any of this attention is actually worth it. The marathon hand-holding, the toe-kissing posts, the constant public affection, the wellness medication ads, the blurry shots of pills and fridges. You have to ask if any of it is actually making these people happier, or if it is all just content engineered to keep us clicking, content engineered to keep the conversation alive week after week, content engineered to pull focus while real, unspoken feelings sit quietly in the background. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Kourtney built her entire new life on a very public performance. Scott is living his old pain on a very public stage, and the kids are stuck in the middle, growing up one viral moment at a time. So here is my final analyst take on everything. Kourtney and Travis are not going to slow down anytime soon. They thrive inside the attention, they feed off the noise, they genuinely seem to enjoy shocking the internet every other week like clockwork. Scott is a completely different story. He is quieter now, he moves slower now, he posts less now, and every time he does post, fans seem to scan for signs of something deeper underneath the surface. Whether it is heartbreak, declining health, or simple exhaustion from being trapped in the Kardashian orbit forever, Something is clearly shifting in him. And as for Reign, the internet has already made up its mind. The side-by-side photos will keep surfacing, the timeline theories will keep trending, and that young boy will keep being dragged into a grown-up mess he never asked to be part of. That is simply what happens when your mother is a Kardashian. Every rumor becomes a headline, every photo becomes proof, every coincidence becomes a full-blown scandal. So now I actually want to hear your honest opinion. Do you believe Scott Disick is still secretly in love with Kourtney? Or do you think he has truly moved on for good? Drop your honest answer in the comments below.